We've all seen the headlines. They scream at us from every corner of the internet, from newspapers and from TV screens. Stories of ordinary people who, with just a small investment, managed to turn their lives around completely. It's the kind of story that captures the imagination and makes you wonder, could that be me? College dropout turns $100 into $1 million. These headlines are designed to grab your attention, to make you believe that financial success is just a few clicks away. They paint a picture of a life free from the daily grind, where money flows effortlessly and dreams come true. They're everywhere. They promise quick riches. Social media is flooded with these success stories, and investment ads pop up constantly, each one more enticing than the last. They make it seem so easy, so achievable. Just follow a few simple steps and you too can be on your way to financial freedom. They whisper of financial freedom. It's easy to get sucked in. You start to daydream, imagining what it would be like to leave your job, to travel the world, to live without financial worries. The allure is strong, and before you know it, you're hooked. I know I did. I was no different than anyone else. I was determined to change my life, to break free from the monotony of my 9-to-5 job. I spent hours researching, reading success stories, and learning about different investment strategies. I was convinced that I had found the key to my future. Stuck in a 9-to-5, dreaming of escape. Every day felt like a repeat of the last, and I longed for something more. I wanted excitement, adventure, and the freedom to live life on my own terms. The idea of making money through day trading seemed like the perfect solution. Then I discovered day trading. The idea was simple: buy low, sell high, repeat. It sounded so straightforward, almost too good to be true. But the more I learned, the more convinced I became that this was my ticket out. Turn a small amount of money into a mountain of cash. The potential for profit seemed limitless. I imagined myself making trades, watching my account balance grow, and finally achieving the financial freedom I had always dreamed of. $100. That's all it took. It seemed like such a small amount to risk for the chance of a lifetime. I was ready to take the plunge, to invest my hard-earned money, and see where it could take me. That was my ticket to the big leagues. Or so I thought. I was filled with hope and excitement, ready to embark on this new journey. I believed that with determination and a bit of luck, I could achieve the same success as those I had read about. Little did I know, I was in for a wild ride. The world of day trading is unpredictable, full of highs and lows and not as easy as it seems. But I was ready to face the challenges, to learn from my mistakes, and to keep pushing forward in pursuit of my dream. I dove headfirst into the world of trading. It was an exhilarating moment, filled with the promise of financial freedom and the thrill of the unknown. I had always been fascinated by the stock market, watching movies and reading stories about people who made it big. The idea of making money from the comfort of my home was too enticing to resist. Opened an account, funded it with a crisp $100 bill. It felt like a significant step, a commitment to my new venture. I remember the excitement of seeing my account balance for the first time, imagining all the possibilities that lay ahead. That $100 was my ticket to the world of trading, and I was ready to make the most of it. I felt like a high roller, ready to conquer Wall Street from my basement. Surrounded by screens and charts, I imagined myself as a savvy trader making smart moves and raking in profits. The confidence was intoxicating, and I couldn't wait to get started. Every click, every trade felt like a step closer to my dreams. My first few trades, blind guesses. I had no strategy, no plan, just a gut feeling and a lot of hope. I clicked buy on stocks that seemed promising without really understanding what I was doing. It was like playing a game of darts with my eyes closed, hoping to hit the bullseye. I chased hype, bought into penny stocks with funny names. It was easy to get caught up in the excitement, following trends and tips from online forums. I thought I was making smart choices, but in reality I was just gambling. Each purchase was a roll of the dice, and I was betting on luck. My portfolio looked like a lottery ticket. A random assortment of stocks, each one a gamble. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was convinced that one of these picks would be my golden ticket. The reality, however, was far from my expectations. It didn't take long for reality to hit. I was in over my head. The market was unpredictable and my lack of knowledge was glaringly obvious. I watched in horror as my investments plummeted, feeling helpless and frustrated. The dream of easy money was quickly turning into a nightmare. My $100 was dwindling faster than ice cream on a hot summer day. Each loss was a blow to my confidence, and I began to question my decision to dive into trading. The excitement and thrill were replaced by anxiety and regret. I realized that trading wasn't as easy as it seemed, and I had a lot to learn. Losing money hurts. Losing money you can't afford to lose? Even worse. Those early losses stung. They were my tuition in the school of hard knocks. The market became my classroom. Every loss, a lesson learned. I realized I needed a plan, a strategy. Relying on luck wasn't going to cut it. I devoured books, watched countless hours of YouTube tutorials, learned about technical analysis, risk management, and all the jargon that made my head spin. Knowledge is power, or so they say. Armed with newfound knowledge, I adjusted my approach. No more chasing hype, no more emotional decisions. I started small, focused on a few stocks, learned their patterns, looked for trends. My trades became more calculated, less like throwing darts blindfolded. Patience became my superpower. I embraced the waiting game, waited for the right setups, ignored the noise, focused on my strategy. Slowly but surely, things started to turn around. Small wins turned into bigger wins. My confidence grew with each successful trade. I wasn't getting rich quick, but I was learning, I was growing, and most importantly, I was consistently making profits. Remember those penny stocks I mentioned earlier? They were gone, replaced with more established companies, blue chips, solid performers. I diversified my portfolio, spread my risk, learned to hedge my bets. My $100 had grown into a respectable sum. It was no longer about getting rich quick, it was about building wealth over time. It happened faster than I expected. One day, I checked my account balance. There it was, 5 digits staring back at me, $10,000. I had done it. Turned $100 into $10,000. It wasn't a million, but it was a hell of a lot more than I started with. More importantly, I had proven something to myself. I could do this. I could succeed in a field that seemed so daunting at first. Day trading isn't for the faint of heart. It's a roller coaster. Ups and downs are part of the game. Losses are inevitable, but with the right mindset, discipline, and a whole lot of learning, it's possible to succeed. My journey isn't over, it's just beginning. The market is a dynamic beast, constantly evolving, and I'm evolving with it. So, you want to be a day trader? It's an exciting and potentially lucrative venture, but it's not without its challenges. Many people are drawn to day trading by the promise of quick profits and financial freedom. However, the reality is that it requires a lot of discipline, knowledge, and a well-thought-out strategy to succeed. Here's a little advice from someone who's been there. 1. Start small. When you're just beginning, it's crucial to manage your risk. Don't invest more money than you can afford to lose. This way, you can learn the ropes without the pressure of significant financial loss. Don't bet more than you can afford to lose. 2. Do your homework. This means understanding the market, the different types of trading strategies, and the tools available to you. Read books, take online courses, and follow market news. The more informed you are, the better decisions you can make. Learn the basics of trading and risk management. This includes understanding technical analysis, chart patterns, and indicators. Risk management is equally important. Knowing when to cut your losses and how to protect your capital can make the difference between success and failure. 3. Find a strategy that works for you, and stick to it. There are many trading strategies out there, from scalping to swing trading. Experiment with different approaches and find one that suits your personality and risk tolerance. Once you find a strategy that works, be consistent and avoid the temptation to constantly switch tactics. 4. Be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are trading fortunes. It takes time to develop the skills and experience needed to be a successful day trader. Don't expect to get rich overnight. Be prepared for a long journey and stay committed to your goals. 5. Don't be afraid to fail. Every trader experiences losses, especially in the beginning. The key is to learn from your mistakes and not let them discourage you. Analyze your trades, understand what went wrong, and use that knowledge to improve. Losses are lessons in disguise. Keep a trading journal to document your trades, your thought process, and the outcomes. This will help you identify patterns in your behavior and make better decisions in the future. Day trading is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires endurance, perseverance, and a long-term perspective. Just like a marathon runner trains for months or even years, you need to invest time in learning and practicing your trading skills. It takes time, effort, and dedication. Be prepared to put in the hours, both in studying the markets and in actual trading. The more effort you put in, the more likely you are to see positive results. But if you're willing to put in the work, the rewards can be life-changing. Financial independence, the ability to work from anywhere, and the satisfaction of mastering a challenging skill are just a few of the potential benefits. Good luck, and may the market be ever in your favor. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take that step today, and who knows where it might lead you.